We're at one of the most haunted towns here in Washington, in Port Gamble. And let me tell you, it gives you a little bit of a creepy feeling. In a small corner of the Kitsap Peninsula in Washington State is the community of Port Gamble. This National Historic Landmark is one of America's best preserved lumber towns dating back to the 1850s. This unassuming town has a rich history and has become known as one of the most haunted towns in America. We met with Paranormal Pete, the unofficial mayor of Port Gamble, and paranormal expert who took us on a walking tour of this picturesque town on the shores of Gamble Bay. As we walked through the historic buildings, he shared stories of his ghostly encounters as he told us the history of Port Gamble and its inhabitants.
Before we take you on our paranormal journey, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click on that bell so that you get notifications, because we put up new travel videos from around the world each week.
Hey everybody, we are in Port Gamble here in Washington State, and we're about to go on a paranormal tour with Paranormal Pete. He is the expert. I can't wait.
Let's go check out the Walker Ames house.
I'm so scared.
All right, we're going to the most haunted house in town. I hope I see something. Come in here and you say, first he says, hello, hello, just to make sure there's nobody around.
Hello.
Say hello to our long-term residents. Come on in.
Exactly. The non-breathers.
There are many haunted places in Port Gamble, but the Walker Ames house has the most paranormal activity. When you go inside, you can instantly feel the energy of the house, and it has attracted paranormal investigators from around the world.
We're going into the attic, and you have to say hello when you're entering every room. I feel a little coolness. I really actually feel a lot of coolness.
It's very cool. Okay.
And it's nice outside, so I think this is strange.
Just watch your head as you come around.
Yeah, and in a creepy way, not a cold weather way. But they're all friendly here. There's only a few like grumpy ones.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, now that we're all in there, there's more coming out.
Going into the attic was the most exciting part of our tour, as Pete told us stories of encounters and how investigators put out old toys to see if they can speak to the girl in the attic. There are several ghosts in the house, but the girl and the lady seem to be the most active. He even shared some sound bites that were caught on tape during his many overnight stays.
So I ask a question, and then there's a response.
Yes, Pete.
Yep.
A lady.
And we heard it. She says, a lady. Mm-hmm. So we were like, oh, you're the lady, huh? You know, what's the lady's name? Can you tell us her name? And then she gave us her name.
Annabelle.
We even had our own first-hand paranormal encounter when our friends Kim and Stephanie noticed that the window was open.
Is the window always open?
No.
The window's open.
That is weird.
They want out.
No, I'm serious, because it's screwed shut.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was cool. We think she may have been the housekeeper. Right. So. Wow, I've never seen the window open before. I didn't think these windows open.
That's pretty crazy that it was closed, like it's screwed closed, and then you come in and it's just open.
We just closed the window. It's back closed. Everything's normal in the paranormal.
That's really cool.
You heard it here first. That's weird. We all felt something. We all felt cool coming up here. You've got to come here and do this tour. It is so awesome. It's warm now. Okay, now what's really crazy is now that we're leaving, it's warmed up and everyone feels it. It's warm. So there's definitely something going on here. And I'm freaked out because I'm the last one and Dave's not going down the stairs. Okay.
Cruise on that street and just check out some of the buildings. Are you the last one?
Yeah, I was scared.
The last breathing one?
I was scared.
If you want a good scare and are open to the paranormal, going into the Walker Ames house is a must. But there are other places to visit in this small town, making for the perfect afternoon or morning excursion.
We are about to go into the historic museum, and there is a lot of paranormal activity that has taken place in here. Paranormal hunters come here. There's a paranormal guide. They have paranormal conventions. So if you're into the afterlife, this is a great town to visit.
The museum is not only a fascinating walk through history, it is also a place where many unexplained phenomenons have happened. Most notably, the wet footsteps and impression on the chair in the recreation of Captain Talbot's cabin. One thing to note is that the beam in the cabin is the actual beam from his ship during his journey across Puget Sound. In its heyday, Port Gamble was one of the largest sawmills in the world. Even though the mill closed in 1995, the town was designated a historic site, so the buildings have been preserved to feel like it has been frozen in time.
We're going into the haunted theater here in Port Gamble. Lots of paranormal activity. That's Paranormal Pete here.
Our last stop was the historic theater, and while there are productions to this day, there have been ghost sightings here as well. One tale Pete told us about was that during an intermission, there was a long line at the ladies' room. A woman decided to use the men's room instead and yelled, "Is there anyone in there?" To which there was a response, "It's all free, come on in."
So it was right here that a woman was waiting for a bathroom in the women's line, and she had enough, and she said behind me, she yelled in and said, "Hey, is there any guy in there? I'm going to use the toilet." And a man yelled, "Come on in, it's empty." But there was nobody there. Another paranormal ghost story in the theater.
I don't think I would be going to the bathroom after that, do you?
Now that was cool and creepy.
We had such an incredible tour here in Port Gamble with Paranormal Pete, and you have so many things on the go. You know what? When you come here, you have to look him up and listen to his podcast and visit his website. And I'm going to let you tell everyone all about it.
Hi, well, I'm Paranormal Pete. You can find my website at portgambleparanormal.com and get information on tours and public investigations. So you actually get to come investigate places like the Walker Ames house. And then I have a weekly podcast show called The Paranormal Pete Show. We're on all the socials. If you just look up WLTKDB, you'll find us. And there's a lot of other great shows on that station as well.
Amazing. I'm going to be a regular listener. This is incredible. Come on out to Port Gamble and do this tour.
If you enjoyed our video, make sure to subscribe and click on that bell so that you get updates into your inbox, because we put up new travel videos on a regular basis and we want you to be the first to know.